I don't know how many of you guys were here last week when Sue shared, but there's a sheet that explains like how to share your story. So I'm going based off that too. It's pretty like laid out, and it's like a simple way to share. And so I know like we're practicing sharing here so that we can go out and share with people in like a simple and easy way that is a good conversation starter and a good like introduction to sharing about Jesus when it's not like up in front of people's faces, but it's like a chill way to talk about Jesus. So my theme of my life from before, the theme is freedom and joy. And I grew up in a Christian home, but it was always kind of just like going through the motions. And I knew who Jesus was, but it took a long time for me to actually know what it meant to have a personal relationship with him. And even though I was growing throughout the years, it was definitely very like slow growth, because a lot of the times I was trying to do things with my own effort, my own power, and I was missing a vital part of my faith, which was the Holy Spirit. And like we'd heard about him in church, but I never really understood who he was. And I kept trying to walk away from sin in my life, but it kept coming back because I didn't have the freedom that comes from the Holy Spirit and walking by the Spirit. And I never like understood why it was so difficult for me to not hear God's voice, or to like be joyful no matter what people were saying, no matter what the circumstances were. And it wasn't until part of my gap year when I lived in West Africa for 3 months. And there I got to see people who were like joyful no matter what. And they were like living their lives in complete pursuit of Jesus. And I was like, whoa, I want this. How do I get this? And so I talked to a bunch of people, and I was like, what do you have that I don't have, and how can I get it? And everyone was like, oh, it's the Holy Spirit. And I was like, what? Who is this guy? So I understood, and I got, a lot of people were able to talk to me and explain to me, like, this is who the Holy Spirit is, and this is why it's so important. And even in the Bible, Jesus is like, it's better that I die so that the Holy Spirit can come. And I had been, like, missing that whole part. And so it was so cool to hear that. And then realizing that Jesus actually died for my sins. And he died so that I would be free and to be like walk in complete freedom and not just partial freedom. And it's not freedom from my own power, but freedom from Jesus and his blood. And that also, like, realizing that we have freedom brings the joy that I was seeking for. And I had always been, like I said, trying to attain it with my own power. But as soon as I realized that as you walk by the Spirit, like, that comes because you're walking by the Spirit, and the freedom is coming through walking, and the joy is coming knowing that like God is faithful no matter the circumstances. And once I learned that and started incorporating and have continued to incorporate the Holy Spirit into my life, my purpose like completely changed. And it had always been to love Jesus, but now it's like to live out and to obey and to know that like as I'm walking in freedom, it's like complete freedom, and anything that tries to tell me it's not is such a liar. And so like, and knowing too that like the joy and the freedom that I had been finding or through the Holy Spirit are things that everyone else can find too. And so whenever I have the chance, people are like, whoa, like, what are you doing with your life? And I'll be like, well, did you like know that Jesus brings freedom, complete freedom and joy that doesn't matter like what's happening around you? And all of that's through like learning about the Spirit and knowing that he is such a vital part in our faith. And without him, like, we're like just seeing a part of who God is. But the Holy Spirit and Jesus and God, all three together, complete something that is so much more powerful than we can ever understand. And there's so many, like, they promise so many things that the world like pretends to promise but can never fulfill.
Right.